It's going to touch every industry.
Everybody's looking to gain value out of their data right now.
A good data scientist is able to kind of take a step back and see the bigger picture.
You know, there's something for everyone within data analytics. It's not a one size fits all. People think about technology as being very tech focused and, you know, engineering, but actually you need to have a massive amount of empathy to work in data engineering or data science and data analytics, because you need to be able to understand the way people think, how people need to receive information, to be able to anticipate the types of things that machine learning models might want to do. If someone's looking at a dashboard, how to highlight the most important information that they need to pay attention to, the next best action that they need to take.
Yeah, important skills. I think the fundamental skill is curiosity, because there's a large volume of data there, and it's Fintry's responsibility to make sense of that data and come up with machine learning models to help Fintry's company day to day with that.
You need to think different, like outside the box, because it's not always going to be simple. It might not always just be right there in front of you. You might have to think a little bit harder, and curiosity will help you to think differently.
Curiosity and you know, there's a bit of creativity involved in it there too, because there's, again, you're kind of identifying potential patterns that isn't obvious.
The reason I suppose chose to study this course was because I didn't really have a final career in mind, but when I was looking at the subjects involved and how my skills could be applied to it, as like this course actually I could succeed in this course. So it was typical skills that people automatically assume for this course would be like mathematical, like a good problem solver and like a logical thinker. But in reality, you need like curiosity, people skills and creativity, because you're going to be analysing data and visualising data in a creative and simple way.
You think of AI, it's very smart in certain terms. It's read every book in every library all over the world, okay? But AI doesn't speak our language. AI doesn't speak human. That's the data scientist's job, is to sort of translate that knowledge and bring it to us, to help us to make sense of it, to help us use it fairly, use it effectively, use it equitably, and to solve the problems therein. There's so much knowledge that the AI has, but you have to target it to use it effectively, and that's what the data scientist does.
A family walking into an airport, the amount of different pieces of data that, let's say, if you can imagine a surrounding that family, that is required to get them and their belongings from A to B, and let's say reunite them with their baggage at the belt on the other side, is enormous. There's a massive machinery involved in that. So when you walk into the airport and you look at the FIDs, the flights display at the top, till you drop your baggage off, you're starting to generate these little pieces of information that build up the passenger and the baggage journey that has to be distributed through the airport network, right? So there's massive airport networks. Some of our airports that we serve, for example, have the population of Letterkenny as an employee base.
There's a huge focus on like electronic medical records, and then once you have an electronic medical record, you've got all of the data that goes with that. How can that, you know, assist community hospitals? How can that help anticipate future healthcare trends? Then there's wearable tech, you know, within healthcare as well. You know, gum shields that detect concussion, speech patterns that detect early signs of dementia.
AI has a huge impact to play here in the financial sector, particularly because we're working in this very heavy regulated environment. There's a lot of documents, there's a lot of data to process and to go through. What this means in the longer term is that because we're doing it much more quicker, it means that there's less risk, more chance of spotting a fraudulent activity, etc.
AI is everywhere at the minute. It's a really powerful tool, but we need humans behind it to ensure that it's used correctly, fairly, and equitably. If I give you an example of in HR, if you were to ask an AI, give me the quintessential skill set, or give me an idea of a perfect CEO, somebody who could be a CEO. The data set might be pulled from a list of CEOs who are primarily men. There'll be 95% could be men. That data set is inherently biased because women haven't had that opportunity to step into those roles as much as men have. If you have a data science background, you're able to spot that bias and balance it. Find more examples, bring that data set into balance so that you can get a fair and an equitable and sort of human snapshot of like who could be successful in this role.
Yeah, it's accessible for everyone, and you don't have to have a background in computing in secondary school. Like, I never did computer science, but I knew I had the creativity and the mathematical skills there that will help it.
Even in our business, within data analytics, under that umbrella, there's data engineers, there's data scientists, there's business intelligence developers, there's business analysts, there's QA engineers. So there's a whole range of skills and people who make up that data analytics organization.
It doesn't matter where you are, you can work all over the world, you can work in any industry at all, automotive, engineering, manufacturing, etc.
Everybody has opportunities and openings and challenges and needs for data science and AI. This is such a new and emerging area that the opportunities, like, I can talk deeply about the massive potential that we have in the airline industry and in CETA specifically.
As AI evolves, we need all of this extra explainability. The EU have actually got an AI Act in place that was launched this year, where this is going to be a requirement for companies. Companies are going to have to provide AI literacy training to their staff if they provide an AI service. So more and more, we're going to need data scientists to help us understand what is going on in that system.